What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm riding solo today at Universal Orlando, hoping for a Horror Nights announcement, but more importantly, they have officially put up lighting rigs. Now, to the average Universal guest, that might not look like much, but to the Horror Nights fan, like me and like my family, lighting rigs mean everything. So we're gonna go check out the lighting rigs, check out some fun other stuff in the park, and see what else we can find. So come hang out. Looks like they did bring back the summer movie series here at City Walk. Got a bunch of amazing movies coming. Jaws, Land Before Time. Oh, my wife would be so happy about that. We'll be out of town though. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Jurassic Park, Back to the Future, Army of Darkness. Awesome. So really cool that they do that over the summer every year. And we're gonna head over to the studio park and enjoy our day. Getting our first glimpse at that insane spike for the Fast and the Furious Hollywood Drift. That is absolutely massive. The track is already halfway up, but they haven't even finished it. And then you got this other piece of track right here that kind of loops back. So we were just trying to go over like what kind of direction it's going to go in, and it sounds like it's going to be a double launch. So you're going to go up, kind of like Icebreakers at SeaWorld, go back, launch, go back, launch all the way up, and then it's going to track switch and then kind of send you around that side. But that is insane to see in person. Wow. We'll get a closer look in a second. I'm going to head over there. See another look at that track going up that spike. And then they're still adding one more track to the support, but I'm sure it's going to go higher. It's a 170 to 180 foot spike, which is absolutely insane. It's going to be so much fun. Just outside the entrance here of Universal Studios Orlando, you can see our first official lighting rigs of Halloween Horror Nights 35. I know it's just this giant pillar of metal, but to us, it's the first signs of Horror Nights and gets the blood pumping and how exciting it's going to be this year. But yeah, you can also see that they're kind of repainting everything to be like an off-white like it used to be when the park first opened. There's no sign yet of if the arches are going to get painted. I'm sure they are, but if you look through the building, and we'll head over there, you can see the difference in color. Even right here, you can see that the buildings behind it are all completed. That's like that white color, and I'm guessing eventually we're going to get a repaint on the arches as well. So yeah, there's a really good view of that white color. There's also a giant monster off in the distance on top of the Universal Studios store, so we'll go check that out as well. So yeah, as you make your way into the park, it looks like for the new Minions movie, Monsters. Was it Minions and Monsters? Monsters and Monsters? I don't know. You can see that there's a giant inflatable monster on top of the Universal Studios store. Hanging out, creeping all over everybody. Man, it reminds me of the time that Universal had like the giant inflatable Shrek and other characters across the parks. I don't remember what year that was from. It was from a while ago. But yeah, you never know what they're going to come up with, like the giant monster hanging out above the studio store. But let's head over to the pass holder Brown Derby store and see if there's anything good. Looks like Scooby and the gang just arrived for the day. stuff in here. It's really cute. Dracula backpacks. Ton of Woody Woodpecker merch from the 5 and 10. This super cute Captain Cacao sweater. Kids will love that. Tons of dolls from Wicked. They still have a ton of Bowser's Challenge stuff as well. And then they have some candy and these vinyl figures from SpongeBob, Fast and Furious car. They still have that howling statue. You never know what you're gonna find in the store when you come in, especially this early. It's the best time to come shopping. It's a playset for Wicked. So just to give you an idea, that's $63 for that, and it's 70% off. So 63 bucks would be $19 for that, which is insane. There is playing music outside the Mystery Machine. Coming over here to the 5 and Dime, they still have the center sign up. They still have plenty of the Sinners merch and the carousels and stuff. Doubtful we get an announcement, but you never know. But what I did want to check out in here is this new display. So this used to be the exit to the Horror Makeup Show, which is currently down for refurb, and they kind of set up a little display for Monstergram Picture Studio. The Wolfman's booth. It's all like torn up. There's a hand, both hands. No torches. Please keep all costumes away from Wolfman. Love all the details. But yeah, so while the show is under refurb, they set up this little display. As we make our way out of Hollywood into the Central Park area, you can see there's a giant lighting rig set up for Horror Nights, which is amazing. But then I also just noticed this giant Trojan horse. Is it going to be something for the Odyssey? Maybe? Before we go check out the lighting rigs, let's head over here and check out this giant Trojan horse head. Or some kind of horse head. I'm guessing it's for the Odyssey, for the new movie that's coming out. But I have not seen anything about this being put out. So this must have just been put out today or last night. And we'll have to see what it is. You have this giant lighting structure here at the entrance to Central Park, and then as you make your way, you can see a few more over there in the seating area for La Bambas. And then yeah, throughout Central Park you do have the green scrim over a lot of the other lighting rigs. Almost the same locations as last year. They're getting a jump start on Horror Nights for sure. You also have this very strange lighting red, like it's just like an upside down L. And it appears to be a stage setup over here in Central Park as well, right in front of Animal Actor. So last year this is where the Cat Lady's cabin was. How's it going? And yeah, looks like there's a platform and a stage set up already. Yeah, Doc Brown's just walking around. This is so early for them to be setting up like this major of a thing. I'm guessing this is all going to be for Horror Nights. Who knows? But for now, yeah, lighting rigs are up. A giant stage to set up decorations or characters to walk around up there, and everything else in between. Over by Mini Finnegan's, while Finnegan's is down, it looks like there's some more lighting rigs. Now these might have been there, I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, this is all like the little lights and stuff. I don't know if this has been here or this is going to be for Horror Nights or what, but any lighting rigs is always worth checking out. Let's head over to Boris Schuster's window and his office and see if there's any updates there.
Blood pressure or any similar conditions that may be aggravated by this experience.
We can also check on an update on Finnegan's, because from the looks of it, way over here, there's a giant hole in the wall where the Finnegan's entrance used to be.
In order to experience Transformers Alive 3D, we ask that you please refrain from smoking at any time during your visit. If you have any questions, please ask the nearest desk personnel. Thank you, and good luck.
Very hard to see inside Boris Schuster's office, but don't see anything new that we haven't seen yet. Nope, just the October date with the address to the old Tribute store and the bag of popcorn as well. But like I said, I wanted to come down here anyways because it looks like Finnegan's is completely ripped open. You can see, kind of hard to see from here, but you can see that they ripped open the entire side of Finnegan's and it's completely gutted and being redone inside. Now sadly, I mean, Finnegan's is not going to be open for Horror Nights. I don't know where we're going to go during Stay and Scream to get some dinner or some food. We'll figure it out. But yeah, they are doing massive construction inside Finnegan's. And the even better news is with that piece of paper that is inside Boris Schuster's office, it does not seem like the Tribute store is coming back to the arcade. It seems like the Tribute store is going to go to its old location and better location down here at the end of the street in New York, because the address actually links up to the address that's on that piece of paper in Boris Schuster's office. So on that flyer about the carnival and the oddities and freak show, sideshow that's coming here, the address on it is this address right here. The 1208 New York. So in theory, it means that the Tribute store is coming back here to its rightful and best spot in the park. You can also see the massive construction back here for Fast and the Furious Hollywood Drift. They're building another show building, it looks like. But you can see some of the track there, as well as more track added, kind of going into that covered area. No one knows what that covered area is, or if that's going to be part of like a show building with a show scene, or is it just going to be the return or load area. Then also could just be the load into the station and the queue, and that building that they built all the way in the back could just be maintenance, but only time will tell. It's crazy to see all this construction, how fast this coaster's going up, which means that the entrance into the Horror Nights Houses is probably going to be permanently in between Fallon and Music Plaza and the Universal Studio Store and Minions. So it seems like that's going to be kind of the permanent way to get back to the sound stages for the Horror Nights Houses. They're going to kind of have the same layout as they did last year. But it's moving fast here at Universal Orlando. But we're going to walk the rest of the park and see what other updates we can find. If you look on the construction wall, you do have a we repair everything broken VCR station television for the tribute store that was in Hollywood a few years ago for the video repair store, or like the Blockbuster type tribute store. You can also see like King Kong posters, obviously a poster for the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift coming next year. And that's about it. So this used to be like a black wall with the paintings of the cars on it, but clearly it is not anymore. I really hope they don't bring the tribute store back to the arcade. I really hope it's here, because that was terrible last year. I try and look at the positive and everything, but that tribute store location was way too small. Let's head into Sahara Traders and see if there's anything new. We have some new shirts. It's really cool. They do have the Book of the Living Loungefly. They still have plenty of that left. See really cool statues of the Mummy. Jewelry. Got those organ jars up top. Love all the Universal Monster merch too. Creature and Wolfman. Even more. It's all full of Universal Monster stuff, which is awesome. But yeah, this was the location for the tribute store last year. It just didn't work. It was too small of a space. But they brought back the arcade, as you can see. And it seems like hopefully this is what's going to live here forever. There's a new bucket hat. My son would love that. Cinnamon's hanging out here too. I love that they can come into the store. Makes me really happy that they can just wander around and hang out with people. Probably one of my favorite stores in the park. Great theming, great merch. Cool overall. It's always a good day to walk Sting Alley. Now they usually just use this as a food stand or a drink stand, but Sting Alley has been used numerous times for scare zones, and they actually used the inner workings of these buildings and Sting Alley as a haunt way back in the mid-90s when Horror Nights first started. But there's a lot of details back here. There's none of the guests ever see or ever come back to. You can see that giant Trojan horse head back there. I'm guessing it's for the Odyssey movie that's coming out. That's going to be like a big photo display, but we'll just keep checking. Looks like we got another lighting rig up here. See that lighting rig over here in front of Fast and the Furious Supercharged. I doubt there's going to be anything new with the tent set up behind Fast and the Furious Supercharged or in the Fast and the Furious Supercharged queue. Seems like it's the same setup as last year where half the queue is going to be closed and they're going to use that for the house, and then you'll transition outside for a minute, go into the tent that's back here, and then exit here at the entrance to Fast and Furious. But yeah, there's no change, it doesn't look like. Looks like they did put scrim up on this side of it actually, so if you look really carefully, I'm like zoomed in as best I can, you can see that right about there they kind of put another piece of tarp. That was wide open last time I checked, so that means they are actively building inside, because you can see under the fence and you can see there's a couple of big gaps in the gate when they open and close the gate, so they had to put something up to close that off. But yeah, the tent is up. Rumor is for this location is an HR Blood and Guts house. HR Blood and Guts was represented in Horror Nights lore as a house and has been represented as houses in a few houses. And the last time we really saw HR Blood and Guts was when they did Welcome to Scary, and that was in the back. That was all the way in the back at the tent, the MIB tent that's no longer there. But he came, he was created for Halloween Horror Nights 21, and it was for a house actually over here in this location when it used to be Earthquake. It was HR Blood and Guts presents Holidays in Hell, I believe. He was with Lady Luck when Lady Luck was the icon of the year, and they did various rooms depicting different holidays, which is hilarious. And the rooms were amazing. And then, like I said, in Welcome to Scary at Halloween Horror Nights 30, when they did the anniversary house, he was represented in that. So you walked into kind of his dressing room and saw the TVs and stuff set up. And then they actually had the Christmas hallway. So it was a bunch of like plastic sheets with guys dressed as Santa and elves on either side of the sheets and Christmas lights flashing all over the room. It was really awesome. So the rumor is that HR Blood and Guts is coming back to Halloween Horror Nights 35 here, and it will be HR Blood and Guts presents 35 years of horror. So it's going to be him presenting houses from the past, which will be awesome, but only time will tell. I know I'm here on a Thursday. There's a very low chance that we're going to get an announcement today, but I am going to hang around until noon. And I want to take a moment to appreciate these amazing posters on all the boxes here. All different depictions of the Jaws poster. I think this black and white one's probably one of my favorites. I would love to hang that up in my house if they actually made prints of it. Like a neon one. So many different variations of it. Also, just this whole area is such a cool idea. I love the more theming they did from last year with the Quint's Bait Shop sign and the Captain Jake's Amityville tours from the old ride, and the back of the Orca you can take pictures with, and especially inside as well when you can go take pictures in the booth where the Orca from the Orca, and the menu's amazing and the food is really good as well. So great job, Universal. Any Jaws representation is awesome, and maybe one day we'll get a ride back, if I can only hope. Had to come back to Amity and get the you're gonna need a bigger boat burger. It's so good, and I really hope they leave this forever. Clock is currently down for refurb till I believe 17th. So they're doing games out front of there. But one really interesting thing that they actually have just come to light is that one of the showrunners of The Simpsons was just on a podcast and was talking about that they actually have been in talks with Universal to bring more spooky Halloween fun to Springfield. I don't know if that means during Horror Nights, during the day, merchandise, anything like that. But they were talking about that that they are in positive talks about bringing something Simpsons, Halloween, Treehouse of Horrors-esque to Universal Studios this year, but most likely next year or bigger next year. But we will find out. I know a lot of fans have been asking for a Treehouse of Horrors-esque anything in this area for a while now, so we will see if that actually happens. Come over to the exit of Simpsons. You can see the tents for Halloween Horror Nights that they use. There is nothing going on right now, but rumors for these tents back here are Invasion of Lightning Gulch, so a mashup of the Invasion Scare Zone and Ghost Town, and I can't remember off the top of my head what the other house for the other tent closer to Simpsons was supposed to be, but only time will tell. It doesn't seem like we're going to get an announcement today. It sounds like it was delayed or there's an issue with it, but we're still going to hang out till about noonish and just see. Maybe we'll get lucky, but the fact that construction and all the rigs, the lighting rigs are up in Central Park and all that, they definitely have to start moving on announcing because it's coming up fast. We only got about 8-9 weeks left till Halloween Horror Nights begins, which is insane to think about, that opening night is that close. It's up into the Film Vault to check out new merch, and they actually do have a lot of new Jaws merch of the new Loungefly that came out. So that's Loungefly's recent. It's like a crossbody. There's a wallet, a hat. There's a really cool picnic blanket, and these really, really cool red Solo cup, Jaws red Solo cups for $20, along with towels, cooling towels, hidden print revealed when it's wet, bucket hat, which is neat, cup holder for the Universal cups, and a new like beach bag almost. So yeah, you can find all this in the Film Vault over by Transformers.
Oh, he put the camera away just for that. What do you think? That is the cutest thing I've seen all day. 10 out of 10. Good recommend. Pay attention, Ben. Here we go. A big round of applause for The Diamond Bellas are starting to spiral, and a big round of applause for the understudy with the glasses. It's Ben! Why don't we get the whole family in for a picture with the Sparrow and the Diamond Bellas? Sophie, if anybody else wants a picture, we'll put you in the front of the line, right there with my friend James. And if you're not sticking around, we'll see you on the silver screen. Toodaloo. Sophie, you guys are so great. I can't even explain my gratitude. Thank you very much. Oh, so good. You guys were great. Ben, who's this? Rowan, do I get a high five? Yeah, it was so good. You guys were great. Good to see you guys. It was so great. Thank you.
haven't walked through the Wicked store in a while. Looks like it's all the same merch, but when do you think this is going to go away? Do you think this is going to go away sooner than later? Do you think they're going to bring in a new movie setup? Or do you think it's just going to stay Wicked forever? Leave a comment in the comment section.
She stays in a very feminine silhouette, but her power.
Glinda
comes
wand pen.
through her. We don't let go of that idea.
That's new. It's been almost a year, into about a half a year since the movie came out. So who knows how long this will stay. It's still very popular, so no pun intended. I know I went backwards in the store, but oh well. You can see that spike from Fast and the Furious anywhere in this park. It's absolutely insane. There's that giant monster again. There's actually another inflatable monster on top of Minion Cafe. You can see all the new Minions and Monsters merch in the Minions gift shop. They do have blind boxes of the monsters. I'm sure the kiddos will want to see it. Of course, they have an abundance of unicorn merch and Minions merch in here as well. Plus, the AC feels so good. It's getting real hot and real muggy today. Giant unicorn. Even bigger unicorn. But yeah, the top of Minions Cafe is that giant inflatable eyeball blob monster from Minions and Monsters. Kind of across from the Minions and Monsters statue that we saw last time. Dark clouds rolling in, so maybe it'll rain this afternoon, but lots of park updates and construction here at Universal Studios Orlando. 12:05 and still has the Sinners merch in the 5 and 10. So I think we're safe to say no announcement this week, which is sad. I don't know what's going on. It's been a while since the last announcement, so hopefully we'll get a Halloween Horror Nights announcement sooner than later. But in a couple weeks, we are going to be going out of town. We are going to be going to the cabins in Fort Wilderness. We're going to be checking in there and spending a few nights there. Then we're going to go to Fort Lauderdale and explore Fort Lauderdale with my family and a bunch of other fun stuff. So thank you so much for watching this channel and subscribing to the channel and giving us the support. We love what we do. We love bringing you all this content and all this fun stuff coming to the parks. In just a short few 9 weeks. We have Halloween Horror Nights starting, which is insane to think about. And a lot of other fun stuff coming up, including trips to Sarasota. Lots of trips to Universal, lots of trips to Disney. But once again, thank you so much for your support. And yeah, we'll see you next time. And as we exit, we say goodbye to that giant spike that's only about halfway built. Till next time, we'll see you then.